Hello and welcome to Automation. Today we'll be doing the last recreating series build of 2022. As a side note, even though we are in Christmas period, I will upload 2 more videos this year. Exactly on 27th of December and on New Year's Eve, that is 31st of December. Like you can see, I am trying to keep my schedule tight, so no slacking allowed even on holidays. But now let's get back to the main topic of today's video, that is recreating the engine. Last time in this series I did a kind of chimera build, mixing an old Porsche body with a modern Porsche engine. And looking at history of uploads, I never did a pure modern build, so today is the day. We are going to build a GR Yaris engine and try to design a modern looking hatchback to fit it into. So that there are no 2020-ish 3-door bodies in the game, nor in Steam Workshop. So I will be improvising a lot. Oh, and as always I will try to stay as close to official spec when it comes to the engine. Okay, let's get to it then. This is the closest we can get to actual Yaris look in this game, sadly. Well, don't worry about the back, we can modify it later. As for the materials, we are going with something light, as we are aiming at around 1300 kilos. That is the weight of an actual GR Yaris. Yeah, chassis type monocoque. Let's go with steel. If it's too much, we can come back for it later. Front transverse. On the front we have McPherson strut, that is according to the official spec from Toyota site, from year 2021 I think. And in the rear we had a double wishbone. Yeah. So now we go to the engine, that is inline free of course, and we will be back in a second. Okay, I've set the capacity of the engine, block material is of course aluminium, and we are going for dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder as the real one has 12 valves in total. Also we are going for aluminium head material. Yeah, and the engine specs are, in terms of capacity, are 87.5 in bore and 89.7 in stroke. So we are going to make quite a bit of torque with this one. Now I don't have any official information about what was used in crank, conrods, pistons in terms of materials, so I'm going to guess it and adjust it to the game we are using. That is the forged steel crank and likely light heavy-duty forged conrods should be fine. And pistons we are going with forged. Right now let's go without balancing mass, but we will need it later, that's for sure. Moving on, in terms of compression we are going to 10.5 to 1. Cam profile nothing yet. We want VVT. As this engine has one. RPM limit, well, red line on this one should be at 6800 RPM or 7200 RPM, as it is on the clocks in the car, but it is supposed not to reach that as far as I know, so we are going with RPM limit of 7000. So we are right around there. I think we are going to be using a lot of quality sliders for this one to reach what this car has to get to. And we are going to turbocharge it, but not yet. Let me finish picking everything else. Yeah, let's go with, for now, with performance, intake manifold, direct injection per cylinder. Unleaded fuel, nothing changing here right now, and we are going to set the exhaust. Yeah, for now like that. Okay, engine is not working, we are braking it, likely due to not having any balancing mass. Okay, with some balancing mass added, we are not braking anymore, and it's time to add turbo do this thing? Yeah, it's ball bearing, a single turbo. I don't know if we should go with boost control or smart boost. I guess I will use it for tuning. Let's stay with smart boost for now. Oh, and our aim here is 257 horsepower at 6.5 thousand RPM, so right about there. So we are reaching this target already, but we need to move these curves back a little bit because our turbo is huge right now. And in terms of newton meters, that is torque, we need 360 at a range from 3000 RPM to 4600, so we should keep it flat or kinda flat. Yeah, I found the size of the turbo, the exact size that is used in this car, but sadly you can't set it to that dimensions in automation. So yeah, this game is quite limited in that terms, and it breaks if you try to even get close to that. Anyway, we are at the boost limit that is in the real car, and we are very close to the power it makes. As you can see, we have this flat torque curve right where it is supposed to be, and even it's a little bit lower, so I might tune the turbo a bit to move it further. And as you can see, the same thing goes with the horsepower, that we are only 2 horsepower off the actual spec, so not bad at all. Okay, I think this is as close to the real thing as I can get, so let me run you through what I've picked here. Well, I changed the parts a little bit. Steel on a crank, lightweight titanium conrods, pistons, lightweight forged. I am not sure that these pieces are in actual engine, and I doubt so, but it made tuning this engine in automation much more easier. Yeah, I had to give it a balancing mass, but I lowered it to 0. As you can see, no issues at all with reliability. Yeah, now to the top end. Compression is as it was, cam profile fairly low to keep this curve here flat like it is right now, and not to make a lot of horsepower down there, which this engine wants to do for some reason. Yeah, springs and lifters do almost nothing for this engine, which is quite funny. RPM limit still there. Okay, yeah, as you can see, the turbocharger, standard geometry, it lowers the power a little bit, it's fine. 1.4 bar, this is the exact number that it's supposed to be. Direct injection, single and intake, raise intake manifold. A bit bigger, fuel 91. And fuel map is very rich. Still game wants us to lower the compression or lower the boost, but look at this engine efficiency. I wonder how it will go in BeamNG.drive. It might be not as fast as it's supposed to be, sadly. Here headers, tubular race, of course. Single exhaust, small header size, because we don't need much more here. Yeah, as you can see. And it's a 3-inch exhaust. I am not sure that it is as big on a actual car, but that's what automation wants me to do, so I guess I will keep it. Of course, catalytic converter is under mufflers, so we won't go deaf in BeamNG.drive. Yeah, so we are at 257 horsepower at 6100 RPM, and this curve is pretty flat, so it's nice. Same goes for the torque. When the turbo kicks in around 300 RPM, we are keeping this 360 Newton meters up to 4000 RPM. Yeah, so it's going for now, at least according to plan. Okay, I guess we should move on to designing this thing. Okay, with the car painted and trimmed, it looks much more like a Yaris or a weird mix with a Ford. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I was always into this kind of a white color scheme on new cars. I'm quite fond of them. I guess I should start with the front end now. I am not sure, I really am not sure how to make it look modern. I wasn't making many cars from our period, that is, so that will be quite a challenge. I guess you can never go wrong by starting with a grill and trying it out on there. Well, so here we are, starting with a grill. I am not sure how to paint it. I might just make it the color of a car itself. Well, obviously there will be our license plate, some fog lights down there, yeah, another grill there maybe, and the lights right about there. Well, right now it reminds me more of a Ford Fiesta than a Yaris, but I guess we are not making this thing one-to-one, so whatever. Let me try a few other things out. Okay, so I guess I should consider the front end done before I ruin it completely. As you can see, I gave it a little definition down there by adding a front lip and another one here, so it does not end very early and it looked strange just, yeah. I added this kind of a small grill up there and the changed the original grill for this one down there. I guess it looks much better than the previous one. I haven't added the license plate yet, and I'm not sure how to do it now. Well, I guess we can go with this strange looking side plate there, as adding a normal center license plate made this car look very, very strange. Well, yeah, so that's the front end done. I guess it's time for the rear. The annoying part here is the game won't let you do a cutout in a diffuser part, so I guess I will have to cover it manually, as it is right now transparent or non-existent really. Well, the rear end is there, that's for sure, but it still looks quite empty. I also gave this car a name. This is my Japanese brand basically, GR, well, GR Yaris we are making here, at least in terms of the engine. Yeah, I am not sure yet what to add here, so I guess in meantime, as I'm thinking about the rear end, what to add here to define it a bit better, I guess I should start adding door handles, wipers and stuff like that. Well, I am nearly done, only interior left. And this unfortunate rear end that I'm still struggling with, I am not sure. Really, I am not sure at all what would bring this thing out in a better way. I guess decals would be an option, but I don't have many of them. Just what's in vanilla automation. I haven't really thought about downloading any more of them, so I guess I will add a name here. That is our Barubu, and GR Turbo here maybe. Well, it does not look too good on a white background, but it fills the gaps that we had here. I might try adding some molding pieces here maybe. Yeah, with this piece only on one side it does not look that bad at all. It's asymmetric, but I guess it's sometimes fine. Yeah, so now I should design a simple interior for this car. Well, I am partially done with the interior already. Nothing fancy, just something that will do the work here. I guess I will just place the seats in the front, no rear bench this time, and we will be good with it. Well, I guess I am done with the interior. It doesn't look that bad, even though it's quite simple. So now we can move on. We are going with, of course, all-wheel drive, manual gearbox, 6-speed. It is electrically limited at 235 kilometers per hour, so we are going to stay there. Well, I have got the gearing of individual gears here, but well, we can't adjust it, and it seems like this car has quite long gearing by itself, which is strange for its purpose, but I guess we are have to go with it. Yeah, first gear is 3.5 and third gear is 1.5, so it is like in a real one. Second gear should be 2.2 and the others are different, much different than what we have here. Yeah, let's go with some sporty LSD. Power distribution, let's stay at 50-50. There are few modes in an actual car. One is more towards the forward, like that, 60-40, second is 50-50, and the third is 30-70, but I am going to stay with 50-50. The wheels in a real GR Yaris are quite small, so small in fact that we can't go this low with our tires, so I guess I will go with bigger rims and the similar profile to what they are in real life. Yeah, something like that. It should be fine. And I guess I will manually offset the wheels in the rear as they are quite deep inside. You know what, this looks very strange. Let's make these tires huge. They will still look quite a bit strange, but I guess it's better than what we are dealing with earlier. Yeah, these ones are gigantic. I guess I will come back to them when we have the graphs and I can tune them properly. Okay, let's move on. And the real thing has vented discs for pistons and same in the back, and the front ones are quite big. We won't be able to set them as they are in real life. We are 1 millimeter off, so 355 when we should be at 356, and the rear are 297, so we are going for 300. Yeah, this is how we are looking in our traction. Not sure if I like it. Also, this is the lowest this car is getting. No way to make it any lower. So I guess I will do that manually once again. Okay, that is much better. Let's stay like that. And tune this thing a little bit. We are getting into this understeer once again. I guess there won't be much I can do about it without doing the aerodynamics better. Sadly. Yeah, so as of now we are not spinning very much. We have I am not changing anything here as it is going to stay as it is. We are not having good time with our understeer once again, sadly. The braking power is too low on the front for some reason. Let's make it better. Yeah, like that, so the braking balance is a little bit onto the front side. And in terms of aerodynamics, I gave it a raised diffuser, so it has at least a bit of downforce on the front. And we can make it without much understeering to 150 km/h, so it is not that bad. but then we are suffering very much. Oh yeah, and we were quite a bit overweight, so I guess we don't need any safety where we are going. It is going to be standard minus 15, and it is max out lighter. Wave distribution, I guess it is fine. I could balance it a bit towards the rear, so it is closer to 50-50. And now I should tune a bit the suspension. Yeah, we are going with stiff springs, with softer dampers, a bit softer at least. And this is all I am going to do to this car. Right now we should move to BeamNG.drive and try it out there. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, here we are in BeamNG.drive. I must say the car exported really well, without any issues. All fixtures are there, working just fine, and I was testing this car beforehand and it also drives pretty nice. No issues with handling at all, only at high speeds some underspeed is getting a bit annoying. And yeah, as you may have noticed, we are on Laguna Seca now. Let's check how this car sounds. Okay. It is a bit quiet on idle, but now I guess you can hear it well. Yeah, so now I am just doing a test run, basically showing you how it handles, and as you can see, it is pretty well balanced. It does not want to spin at all, at least at such low speeds we are taking the corners with. The thing I should mention here is I was fiddling a bit with the gearing of this car, cause well, I decided to make the final drive of it as it is in a real thing, so it was 3.94 I believe, and that's what it is right now. Yeah, so even though the I haven't showed it on the video, and the gearing is quite a bit longer. And you should notice it right away as we are getting up to 67 kilometers in first gear. But now I guess we should do a timed run here. I even configured the interior comfort this one. Well, it's even quieter inside. There's a nice whistle from the turbo though. Or is that LSD? Not sure. Huh. Yeah, so I made the game a lot louder so you can actually hear the car as we are driving around. Well, the tires are quite loud now. Hopefully I won't crash into anything, so your drums won't be blown. Yeah, let's go with the lap. I guess I am not going to edit it, make it shorter or anything, just a full run. Oh, damn. Well, maybe not this run. Well, let's try that again. This time I will focus, I promise. And that means I won't be talking as much. Yeah, and already I failed this corner. But we are not doing it for serious now. So, whatever. It is strange to drive without the steering wheel moving around, but I guess it is much better than a third-person camera, at least in my opinion. Well, this car is really muffled, inside at least. Well, I am not sure, but I feel like the gearing it was... damn, well, whatever. What I was about to say, I feel like the gearing I started with, the initial gearing, the shorter one, was much better than this one. Because this time is not that good. And I left the track once again. Well, it is quite slow, and I guess I broke the right wheel, likely. Yeah. Let's go in third person once again. Well, I don't think this car is that terrible, but still it could be better. Let's see what I can do here. This time I will edit this around, so you are not wasting time watching the same thing once again. Yeah, I am taking the corners better right away. I don't know what just broke here, but we are in flames. That is quite interesting. Yeah, let's see how far we can go with it. Well, it looks like we didn't make it that far. I don't know what's burning in there. That's quite strange. I haven't seen any of my automation cars burn, though. I don't know if it's... What is in there? Yeah, I don't know. Well, racing it off turned out to be total failure, so let's try drag racing. And the perfect candidate to beat here is my last recreating build, that is Forge. Yeah, it lagged away quite a bit. And I don't feel like it was my fault, because I pressed it and it went away with much delay, a lot of delay. Let's try racing it off against AI, the same car against AI. Well, let's try that again with identical cars. If the AI can even line it up. Okay, it finally did. I was standing there like a minute or even more. I don't know where the delay comes from. Yeah, it is quite slow, sadly. And what is up with this timer? We came after him, but we still won? We did it in 13.2 seconds and he did it in 13.8 seconds? There's something completely wrong in here. I have no idea what happened there. I don't know why this car had so much problems starting on a drag strip, but look. As you can see, there's no issues at all with moving quick from a dirt road, so... What? Too much grip is killing it? That's quite strange. But I guess this video is long enough and we should be ending it off here. So yeah, well, as I said on the beginning of this video, there are going to be 2 more videos this year. So don't worry about it. Oh, it slides really well right here. Well, I just had the same issue as earlier. The car spontaneously set on fire. I don't know what is wrong with it. But anyway, we will end here. And per usual, I'd like to ask you to comment, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. So yeah, see you in the next one. I guess it won't go on fire now.